Actually, it's in the 2.5 pike. And it was so good as well. Well, it's going to be in the 60s. How high the 60s, I'm not sure. I didn't see much wrong with it. Well, I don't think it was good. Her feet flattened on the first somersault. And although it was a very soft entry, the dive wasn't completely vertical, just a small... Well, she went in vertical, but her feet came apart. It's so untypical of the Chinese. They normally have very good body tension. Sometimes if the nerve... She's back from the end. She struggled, she was way back on the end, couldn't get the dive moving, and she knew it. As she came around on the single twist, she started to relax, and that's a huge miss for the American. And she too was back on the end, not as bad as Reedy, but again, that dive wasn't feeling very comfortable going around. She did get a vertical in. Very smooth going through the water, but not particularly high jump. So relying on her rip or splashless entries. That's much better. Perfect takeoff, the legs came up quick, folded into a tight pike, saw the board from above. It's good at this point. It's a great entry. She flattened her feet, though, going around. Where did that come from? You've got to take your boots off. Oh, she's travelling forwards. And it was a struggle. And it's such a shame. She was doing well in second place. But as she swung her arms through, good effort there. That's the right technique. She used the board to flick the legs up rather than her own strength. Powerful legs as well. Oh, that's a shame. Pulled too hard in the end and it clearly went over. Really high in the air. Ah, beautiful dive. Scored 65 in the semi-finals. This is a little bit better. Slightly out, but sharp entry. She got that tearing sound. Final dive. Her best dive on the 2.5 pike. Let's see if we can finish on a good one. Looking a bit nervous. No, it's just not happened for her today. She's trying too hard, so rather than use the technique and the timing of the... That's pretty good final dive, a little bit over on the end, but she's left the door open possibly for a medal if the ones ahead of her drop a dive. So we'll be looking at her final score. 80. Yes, she will. So a good final dive from the Russian. Possibly it could be the... And quite low finish. Again, just doesn't seem powerful enough for today's springboard competition. You've got to be able to get the jump, which took her back from 4th to 11th, but now in 10th. Final dive, back 2.5 in the tuck position. The Italian. Good finish. So Italy going into this competition were hoping for a second medal of the championships. Good final dive as well. I'm not sure it's going to be good enough for moving up one space. Again, we'll just have to look at that final score. Yeah, just picking up a bit too much rotation. It's better to get stuck on the start for the 2.5 twist so you can pike down a bit more. A good final dive for her, and it is real a shame. missing her fourth round dive. It's 36 points, dropped from fourth right back. Wow, that's probably the best dive of all for her, and she saved it for last. Really quite a few points behind. Wow, she floated out of that 3.5. Just shows you the acrobatic ability of her. Normally, it's just the men divers we want to go. Yes, it can be good enough. Mexico already second to the Chinese on the medal board. 1 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze. And that's the gold medal dive for China. It will be their 7th gold, well, not 7th gold, 7th medal of the competition, 6th gold. They've won everything except for the Mexicans.